Satisfied as a bird. Sorry. Can you see me over there? Or maybe should I just disappear? Someone told me I should eat, but I'm not in the stage of eating right now. I starved myself all week. I don't like food anymore. It's gay. I don't care if it kills me. So, free? For free. I really should do my homework, but I'm too bored. I'm just not gonna do it. I don't care if I do it. You used to tell me that you love me. Swear, it's when you always come from what I've been, what I've been. Feeling crazy and there's nothing wrong. You're lying and I know. We've become what I've been. Used to never go to bed angry. It's all we ever do. Turn away like you hate me. Do you hate me? Do you hate me? Oh, you can take this heart. Hit out, break it out, cause no, this isn't fair. Let me or leave me here. Let me or leave me here. when you have two crafts. I can hold my I can burn myself. I can stay awake for days that you are. Give me your eyes. Ah, I need to find something depressing. Ooh, okay. This this warm. No. Ooh. I'm gonna dye my hair. Yeah, maybe I'll dye it black or something. Hmm. Have to do this for my friends. This is gonna be hard. You understand? Yeah. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm I'm a lunatic. Ow. I should really brush my hair. Bye. I don't even know if it's on here, but I went to my last shirt. What did you What? Okay, so I'm just listening to uh, depressing music. What is in? Huh. I never think about my future. Yeah, yeah. Uh, that's so mean. Okay. Wait, 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 wait. I always tell everyone I know that I'm fine, and really I'm not fine. I just say I'm fine, but I'm lying because I don't want them to worry about me. But they know that I'm lying to them, and then they get really worried about me, and then they tell someone, and then I just get even more. I don't even know the word. I don't even know what's wrong with me. But I'm fine. Even if I don't eat, I'm fine. Even if I cry or do something stupid, I'm fine. And no one can help me with that. Everyone just leaves my side. Parents get divorced, get bullied by people in the school. You get crushes in the school. Get told that you're loved, and really you're not. That's another thing. People say they love me. Do you really love me? Because if you loved me, you wouldn't do the freaking crap you do. Yeah, fine. Sorry about that, people. always happens when you're on the phone. It's so hard to keep going. Always afraid to leave you on your own. I said I'll catch you if you fall. Never laugh from all. And then I got you on your knees, but you're right, just so you can take advantage of me. Tell me how's it feel, sitting up high, feeling so high, but you found a way to hold me inside. It's never good. God, that's never good. Well, you can move. Like, move your ass. Uh, sorry I'm late. Sorry. What? Tags. Stop. Uh, I'll just sit here. Hi. I don't know if Dan's. Do one more gosh thing thing. Okay, I will. Someone needs to find me. These people don't listen. Dan, I swear to God, if you're on this live stream, oh, I will break loose. I'm not friending you. You're a noob. I don't be friends with noobs.
Hey, that's not nice. I was a noob when you friended me.
You're my sister.
Yeah.
I had no choice.
Oh, wow. So nice.
Look at the water. Oh. What ditch? Yeah. What ditch? Girl, you okay?
Oh.
This girl's just standing at the door. Bye, wait, I can go home. Wait. Freedom's fun. Oh, someone's telling me to eat. I don't want to eat now. Am I really the only one with the house? Oh my God.
Can I spill a soda storm? That's not even crazy.
It is crazy.
It is crazy. Pretty crap. When I got it, it was like straight as can be, and now like
This is disformed like it's
Willy Wonka. Except Willy Wonka's a little more crazy.
This laptop's like really possessed. Jumping and then it started jumping like my avatar jump.
Man, I wouldn't want to reset my phone. But then the cops would have had fun with the possessed phone. Because after I reset it, it wasn't like possessed. Like a reset got rid of the demon. They wish it was that easy.
And I'm like, hey, you can have your phone back.
Why? It's possessed.
I would have been pissed off. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? She gets to have her phone back, but I don't get mine? I would just make a demon appear and I wouldn't care. I'd make the demon kill Dan.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Dan. No offense.
I've already been resetting.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not that mean. I promise.
He's already had a demon by his side.
I promise.
So.
I'm not that mean. Yeah. He said fuck you to Zozo. The fuck you to Zozo.
Yeah, and then he
like, alright. You were supposed to
a proper goodbye.
Yes.
That is why I never messed with a Ouija board. Because people mess with the Ouija boards and like next day or so they're found dead. Like because say goodbye or the only parts I know is
my room's upstairs.
you have to say the welcome spirit and when you're leaving it.
Bye, Spirit! I won't miss you!
No, this is on the roof.
Abby.
Yeah. You want a demon to follow you the rest of your life?
Yes.
No. mean, I know Supernatural isn't that much of a good, accurate example, but stuff like that does happen. Not exactly like Dean and Sam.
Can I help you?
Hey, my remote works. After falling in the mouthwash.
What?
Yeah, Dan, if you're here, that's hilarious. I know.
You laugh at my sister and you die.
I dropped our remote, well, my remote, in a bucket of like water and mouthwash. And so I was like freaking out. Like, oh no.
She's a dick.
Hey.
Okay. Guys, don't ever make fun of my sister. She'll kill you.
I'm not even blonde and I act blonde.
She is blonde.
Yeah.
She just dyed her hair red.
Yeah. This don't come in a bottle, sadly.
Yeah, it does.
No, not this exact color. You can't get it just like this. People have tried.
Miss Adams was a ginger.
Yeah, she's not a ginger anymore.
Mm-mm. She dyed her hair.
It's either dyeing your hair or old age. Like Mom, she was a ginger, but her son did whatever to her hair.
We're gonna drive off this ledge. This is gonna be fun. This will be me in real life, guys. Let me get my car. It's fun the other way. I'm gonna crash. Where'd my hair go? My hair! I'm scared. What the hell? It's just in space and it's like glitched. Never mind. God! I want to jump off the ledge. Fine. I'll go to the other ledge. Dan, I'm actually gonna do this in real life. You can't stop me. Whee! Aww.
Victoria's Secret introduces perfect shape. It comes embodied by Victoria and Christmas.
Stop showing your panties off, girl.
Bless Victoria's Secret.
Create your own perfect shape.
Why do these guys hate going in that shop? Like,
Did he say anything? Didn't talk to him. I can barely look at him.
probably after you do.
soon. I need exclusive. I need to take control of your mind and your body. I need to say yes. Yes. How'd you sleep? Yeah. Okay. We're good at screaming, so that's a plus. So no nightmares. Getting better.
It's not Lucifer in there anymore. That's why I said Lucifer is back, not really.
Yeah.
It's that little. That's not again. But sadly, he remembers all the crap. Can you imagine being possessed by Lucifer and remembering all that? You had nightmares for days.
It's like a feeling. It's just a lot. It doesn't really hurt.
Does it really hurt? Well, that's pain to me.
I don't get it. I don't know if Lucifer could die and I could live. Yeah,
I don't understand either.
because the Archangel plates made to kill
Wait, Lucifer died?
Yes, in the last season I killed
uses to almost
Lucifer.
end the world twice.
And then Michael possesses Dean, which is the cliffhanger, which I hated so much.
But I'm really glad it's you. I'm glad Lucifer's dead.
That's when Lucifer was in that body.
Just a little. And Michael, did he tell Lucifer anything? Anything about his plan? I remember him saying that he wanted to do it right this time.
So my question is, sorry. So my question is, so spoiler alert if you're not caught up. Lucifer.
I'm not caught up.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but go ahead.
There's a really funny fight scene in the last episode you should watch.
And I'm not in it?
We know that just because you killed off on Supernatural doesn't mean you might not actually come back. So you may come back, you may not. But is there any projects in your near future that we can be looking forward to?
Yes.
What is?
I'll tell you.
Well,
I
he's
really can't tell you. I'm
reptiles.
not fucking with you. I can't tell you.
But we will be seeing you on the screens.
Yes.
Oh!
They make you sign these things now called NDAs. Those are real. I heard a Trump joke. Trump's aren't.
Trump's aren't.
What?
What? I would have said, yeah, what? Like, you know what? What?
Didn't say anything.
Didn't talk to him. Barely look at him.
Oh.
This sucks for Dan.
What? I'm gonna try to watch all the videos, but I don't think that's.
Dear nephew, I changed.
Okay, this is confusing as heck.
Was tracking her when she left my side.
Lucifer is in Cascale.
Your safety sealed.
This is gonna be a really crazy season by these videos. Die, die, die! Ooh. I was gonna do that. Okay, so oh my god. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. These videos are like tearing me apart already.
Do you for one moment think that I would actually consider trusting you?
What are you doing?
Trust you once.
Nothing. What are you doing? Stupid, just like the smartphone. Stupid boy. Dancing with my hoes. I have to poop again.
Ways to show cats love that they can understand. Hey everyone, it's Alexa and welcome back to another video. Cats are mysterious. How will we decipher their behaviors? This is an excellent place to start. If you want a cat to know what you absolutely love. Before we get into today's video, make sure that you are subscribed down below and ring the bell icon so that you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Just head
I don't know how to do this drawing thing. Look at me, I'm a beautiful hoe.
one for curious facts your experience reveals about you.
I know
Everyone,
what you're doing.
welcome back to another video. It's easy to say that you don't judge, and perhaps overall you don't. But meeting someone for the first time will mean you size them up on physical appearance first before anything else. We make quick decisions about their personality, their wealth, and their intelligence. Here is what your appearance is revealing about you. But before we get into today's video, as always, make sure that you're subscribed and ring the bell so that you never miss any of our upcoming videos. In the jeans. When you're feeling down in the dumps, what kind of clothing do you wear? Research confirms that when low, you reach for baggier clothing or a trusty pair of jeans. If you're feeling low, land up and enjoy an instant lift. People will also perceive you
Okay,
as
it's
being
not
happier.
jeans.
A little cheap.
Now
A
it
study
is
was conducted by the University College London, which confirms that men with higher testosterone levels generally had broader faces and thicker cheekbones. Men who had these characteristics were said to be more aggressive,
bringing out
dominant,
sweatpants
and
after a
displayed a
breakup?
rebellious spirit. That's why the alpha males, rebels, and
You
the
don't wear
villains
jeans.
have these prominent cheekbones and rough features.
Don't remind me, please.
If you are physically beautiful, it's believed that you also have other beautiful characteristics. It's called the halo effect. It's the assumption that good-looking people are also intelligent and earn more money. Opposite can also be true, whereby if someone is unpleasant, they are perceived initially to not be so pleasant in other areas as well. Alexander Todorov, professor of psychology at Princeton University, had students judge the appearance of a variety of composite portraits, and these were the results. The people who sported childlike features were considered fragile, kind, naive, and trustworthy. People with dull faces were perceived to be unfriendly. But we all have been told that the first impressions are completely off the mark. So always try to not judge a book by its cover. Ready for battle? How well do you fight? On your face. Only if you're a man, though. Psychologists studied the faces of 200 martial arts fighters, and those with faces that were wider than their opponents were more likely to beat them. It's also said that we automatically assume that men with wider faces are more aggressive than men with narrower faces. The study further added that men that smiled for photographs before their matches were likelier to lose as opposed to those that kept a stern face. Manly man. Women have different tastes when it comes to men. Some may prefer a more feminine man, while others might like a man. A study of 66 heterosexual couples confirmed that women were more attracted to men during their menstrual cycle, even if they were single. The study also found out that women with masculine-faced partners were less likely to have affairs. A wrinkle in time. As if having wrinkles wasn't bad enough, wrinkles are said to be an indication of heart problems. Women who looked 2 years younger than their actual age were said to have lower risks of having heart disease. Baby blues. What makes a person look more trustworthy than the next? Studies have confirmed that the color of our eyes plays a For curious facts your appearance reveals about you. Hey everyone, it's Alexa and welcome back to another video. It's easy to say that you don't judge, and perhaps overall you don't, but meeting someone for the first time will mean you.
She's got blue skin, blue eyes. Guess what I'm playing? Guess. Uh-uh.
Be an indication of
I don't know.
Women who look 2
Oh,
years
since
younger
you
than
remind
their
me
actual
about
age
it.
are said to have lower risks of having heart
Mickey!
baby blues. What makes a person look more trustworthy than the next? Studies have confirmed that the color of our eyes plays a huge role. One study in the Czech Republic had participants look at 80 photographs
What's
of
not
people
fair?
with different eyes, and the people who had brown eyes are in one all came out as more trustworthy than their blue-eyed counterparts. This is the best side. How do you turn your face when taking a selfie? You have a best side, don't you? Well,
What were you playing? You're not gonna tell me.
Candy Crush Saga. Now I'm playing Mickey.
Things most humans
things most humans can't do. Hey everyone, it's Alexa, and welcome back to another video. Humans are unique. We like different things, we come from different places, and even twins aren't truly identical. So what are things that only a tiny portion of humanity can do? Let's take a look, shall we? But before we get into today's video, make sure that you are subscribed and ring the bell so that you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Lick your own elbow. Guinness World Records receives a handful of praise each day from people who say they can lick their elbows. You could always lick someone else's elbow if you wanted to, but do not try to lick your own. The tendons and ligaments in your arm do not extend enough for you to bring your elbow to your mouth, at least this is the case for most people. However, there are a few ways this can happen. If you are flexible enough, if your upper arm is shorter than average, or if you have an abnormally long tongue, you may be able to achieve this. If you really want to learn how to lick your elbows, you need to develop extremely flexible muscles. Some say laying down on your stomach, flexing your arm helps. In this position, if you touch your shoulder blades with your hand, you may be able to bring your tongue to your elbow. Babies and young children have a better chance of licking your elbows because they're more flexible than adults. Roll your tongue. The subject of tongue rolling. No! Most people can raise the lateral edges of their tongue, but this does not count as tongue rolling. To tongue roll, the sides of your tongue need to make a full U shape. If you weren't born with this ability, then I'm sorry to say, you probably can't learn how. Scientists believe
I can do it!
genetically inherited. Luckily, tongue rolling is a dominant trait, so if one of your parents can do it, chances are you can do it too. A study from 1940 showed that 70% of people with European ancestry could roll their tongue. More advanced tongue rollers can make all sorts of shapes.
What?
With disability might be a separate dominant trait from simple tongue rolling. Another study showed that more females possess this ability compared to males. Talk while
Yeah.
have you ever paid close attention to your breathing pattern when you talk? If you have, you've noticed that you have to exhale so that you can speak. Now, it's not
Oh, I'm not your grandma, that's why. Oh.
legit. Mom, I got it for you.
Oh. I said ew and you said oh.
I want to see it. Mia, put it in your mouth. Swallow it. Let me turn around. Turn around.
I'm one.
impossible. However, the natural mechanisms of your body make it so that you exhale. Your vocal cords move closer to the larynx when you breathe. Things like and wind instruments require you to either adjust the way you breathe or adapt to a different breathing pattern so that you can be more inhale often to breathe in while talking may result in voice sounding strange. This strange voice happens because the pressure in your throat changes when breathing in compared to when breathing out. That pressure, coupled with the vocal cords, creates a different sound than when you talk while exhaling. Isolating the ring finger. Some people find it more difficult to isolate their little finger or their ring. Now, try bending your pinkies. Did your ring finger bend with it? Try moving your middle finger forward. Did your ring finger bend along with it? If you answered yes to either or both of those questions, that means your body cannot isolate the ring and pinky fingers. If you answered no, then congratulations. You're part of the smaller percentage of people that can. About 30 or 40% of people can move their ring and pinky fingers independently. You may notice one hand can do this, but not the other. That's completely normal too. When you are an infant, all of your fingers move together. As you age, you learn to move them independently. Your ring fingers are not necessarily weak. The ring finger is the most dependent finger. It is bound to the other fingers, resulting in tendons with limited movements. The nose wiggle. Watching Bewitched at a young age probably prompted you to wiggle your nose the same way actress Elizabeth Montgomery can. Most of you tried that and probably found you couldn't do it. Don't fret. You can learn how. It's all about the control you have in the muscles around your nose and mouth. If you observe how Montgomery does on the show, you'll realize she's moving her mouth as well. Learning how needs to be difficult. You need a lot of practice and control over your facial muscles. Focus more on pulling your nose down toward your mouth. Once you get the hang of it, nose wiggling will feel like a breeze. Tickling yourself. Sometimes your friend is barely touching you and you're already in a tickle fit. When you try to tickle your own stomach or armpits, you feel nothing. What's up with that? The part of your brain called the cerebellum can predict your movements. Part of the sensation of tickling is the surprise aspect of it. The somatosensory cortex and the cingulate cortex are regions of your brain that are involved in tickling. So be sure that these regions are less active during self-tickling because your body is aware of the voluntary movements it's making. It's pretty impossible to tickle yourself in a way that elicits the same sensations and laughter. Arm and leg rotation. We've all tried that trick before. You know, the one where you're prompted to rotate your leg in a circle while trying to write the number 6 with the hand on the same side of your body. Those who have tried it have all failed. You could have just tried moving your arm and leg counterclockwise and clockwise and you would have gotten the same result. Why? The brain codes your movement with a process called a tuning curve. One group of nerve cells sends signals to a part of the body when you want to move. When you want to move your arm, the signals go to your arm. To move your leg in a different direction than the arm, you need a different group of nerve cells to send signals to the leg. These conflicting messages battle it out in your brain, and whichever group wins, that's the direction your limbs are going to move. Wiggle your ears. Only 10 to 20% of the human population can wiggle their ears. The ability to move your ears is considered a dominant trait, so blame your parents if you can't. Just kidding. Don't do that. They've done a lot for you. A lot of people who twitch their ears were born with this skill, but that doesn't mean that you can't also learn it. The ear muscles have an individual accessory nucleus. That means each of the ear muscles has a control area for muscle function, thus making possible to move your ears. While this nucleus in humans is smaller compared to the same nucleus in animals, you can still train your ear muscles to isolate themselves, allowing you to move them as you please. Fist in your mouth. Fitting your fist in your mouth isn't the most graceful party trick, but because so many people can't do it, it's kind of cool. Babies do it all the time, but we have to remember that they don't have teeth and their bodies are softer and more pliable. Babies do this for a number of reasons, such as teething or trying to self-soothe. They're also probably just exploring their abilities. Apparently, some people try putting their fist in their mouth as a form of therapy, which is said to have physical and spiritual benefits. Gleeking. Contrary to what it sounds like, gleeking has nothing to do with geeks that love Glee Club. Gleeking is defined as the accumulation of saliva in the mouth that is then propelled out in a stream controlled by the tongue. The spit is essentially traveling from under your tongue. Some people unintentionally gleek when they yawn. The tongue may put accidental pressure on the sublingual gland located near the floor of your mouth, which causes people to gleek when talking, eating, or brushing their teeth. You can also train yourself to do it on purpose. It does make for a pretty gross party trick, though. Sneezing with your eyes open. Okay, nothing scary happens when you try to sneeze with your eyes open, despite all of the horror stories you heard as a kindergartner. What does go on in your body when you sneeze? Your body is protecting itself by expelling pollen, dust, and other allergens. When you have a cold, the nasal cavity is swollen and more sensitive. Researchers theorize that your eyes close when you sneeze because your body is continuing to protect vulnerable regions. Your closed eyes during sneeze might help prevent the tear ducts from draining while you're expelling mucus from your nose. No conclusive answer has been announced. Officially, it seems there's no reason to close your eyes when you sneeze. Eating a spoonful of cinnamon. The cinnamon challenge was all the rage in 2012, but it's a challenge that actually goes back to 2001. It seems like harmless fun, swallowing or trying to swallow a spoonful of cinnamon, but
That's the best challenge in the whole universe.
Cinnamon is a spice that dries the throat and mouth. Sprinkled in a dish or pastry is fine, but a concentrated amount in a spoon, that can cause you to gag, cough, or vomit, leading to health risks such as breathing difficulties, pneumonia, and more. Certain yoga positions. There's a vast array of yoga styles you can practice. Among the most difficult are the styles of Ashtanga and Bikram. Like any athletic venture, there are certain yoga positions that even the most seasoned yogi has had trouble perfecting. If you think yoga is an easy sport where you stretch a lot, you've never heard of the one-handed tree position. In this yoga pose, you need to balance your whole body on one hand for as long as you can. It's a pose that's classified under the Ashtanga style. Lick your nose. Cats, dogs, horses, lots of animals can lick their nose. When it comes to humans, it's not as common. Likewise, it's not common to be able to lick your chin either. Some people point to Kiss frontman Gene Simmons, but he has a tongue that's longer than average. If you have a long tongue like Simmons, then you can most likely lick your nose with your chin. Eating metal. Just because you can stick some metal in your mouth and
that's a good challenge.
You can necessarily eat metal, at least in the way someone like Michel Lotito did. Michel Lotito was a French entertainer who was famous for consuming indigestible items. He was nicknamed Monsieur Mange Tout, which means Mr. Eat All. His performances involved him eating things like glass, metal, and rubber. Once, he ate an airplane. It was later discovered that Lotito had an eating disorder called plica. Lotito fortunately had a thick stomach and lining that protected him from the sharp metal he ate. Before we reveal number one, we have a question to ask you guys. If you could pick one common human trait and trade it in for a superpower, what would you trade? Let us know more than one thing. A lot of so-called workaholics, they pride themselves on their multitasking skills, but scientists discovered it's not truly possible for humans to multitask. A multitasker might ask, how can I answer phones and read a book at the same time? Well, if you're extremely proficient at doing these jobs, it's easier for you to switch between them. However, trying to do things at the exact same time has been proven to waste more time than if you dedicated a time slot for each task. Haunted places in the world. Hey everyone, it's Alexa, and welcome back to Laughter City. Ready to make yourself silly? Today we're talking about the most haunted places in the world. You have been watching this video while the sun's still out. Stanley Hotel. Does the exterior of this hotel look familiar to you? It should, because this place inspired Stephen King's novel, The Shining. The movie was not filmed here, but the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, was where it all began. Lots of people stay at this hotel since it's only 5 miles from the Rocky Mountain National Park. The 142-room hotel opened in the early 1900s, founded by Yankee steam-powered car inventor Freeland Oscar Stanley. Stanley moved to this area of Colorado for his open air after doctors diagnosed him with tuberculosis. Thanks to the move, he was eventually cured of the disease. Because of Stanley's reputation for this region, he decided to open a hotel so others could experience the relaxed environment. His wife, Laura Stanley, often entertained guests on the piano. The couple passed away in the 1940s, but over the years, guests reported seeing the piano keys in the ballroom move by themselves. On top of that, guests also said they hear children playing or that they see figures hiding in hallways. Monte Cristo Homestead, Australia. Every good ghost story needs a good backstory, and Monte Cristo doesn't disappoint. Located in New South Wales, Australia, Homestead dates back to 1885, when a local pioneer, David Crawley, constructed it. The Crawleys lived there until 1948, and stories of what's happened since the passing of the original owners are enough to give anyone a chill. Reg and Olive Ryan currently own Monte Cristo tourist attraction, complete with ghost tours and a museum. The Ryans are convinced that the ghosts of the Crawleys haunt the place. Some of the terrifying claims include a stable cat who was trapped in a barn fire, a child dropped down a flight of stairs by a nanny who says an unseen force pushed her, and a housekeeper who tied up her son to the outhouse for more than 30 years. Island of the Dolls, Mexico. The Island of the Dolls is one place where the creepiness factor is through the roof. Years ago, the caretaker of the island found a small girl washed up on the island. She had drowned, and he was unable to revive her. He saw a doll also washed ashore, and assuming it had belonged to the girl, he hung it to a tree as a sort of memorial. The guy believed the spirit of the girl possessed the toys. To appease her, he hung dolls all over the trees on the island. For 50 years, the caretaker continued this tradition until the day he died. Now, visitors report hearing the dolls whispering to each other, moving on their own, and their eyes following them as they walk through the eerie scene. Raynham Hall, United Kingdom. Famously haunted by a ghost named the Brown Lady, Raynham Hall is located in Norfolk, England. The Townsend family has owned it for over 400 years. The Brown Lady, according to the stories told by historians, is the ghost of Lady Dorothy Walpole. She was the second wife of Raynham Hall's past owner, Charles Townsend, a man known to have a vicious temper. After Townsend discovered Lady Dorothy having an affair, he locked her in a room in home. There she stayed, not even allowed to see her children until her death in 1726. Since then, apparitions have been spotted throughout the house. A photograph said to be one of the most famous ghost sightings captured on film was taken by Country Life magazine in 1936. In the picture, you can see the Brown Lady descending the main staircase of the house. Poveglia Island. In the Venetian lagoon between Lido and Venice, you'll find Poveglia Island. This small island has a long history, first appearing on historical records in 421 CE. For most of its beginning, Poveglia experienced peace, as its small size made it easy to guard against invasions. Then, when the bubonic plague happened, Venice exiled many of its sick to the island. In the 1800s, the asylum was built and opened on the island, with word that doctors performed awful experiments on patients there. If you listen closely, you can still hear the asylum's bell ringing, even though the bell tower is long gone. Nowadays, Venice prohibits anyone from going to the island. Even the fishermen do not dare come close. The Beechworth Lunatic Asylum, Australia. There's nothing scarier than an abandoned mental asylum, right? Formerly, it was called the Mayday Hills Lunatic Asylum. It's located in Victoria, Australia, and used to be one of the largest hospitals in the town. Beechworth was founded in 1867. By 1995, it closed its doors after 128 years of service. The stories of hauntings at this old asylum are many and terrifying. Many visitors have told stories about the presence of a man who appears briefly near the cellar and then disappears just as quickly. Then there are the typical doors opening, closing on their own, and mysterious screams echoing through the large hallways. One of the most notable and frequently told stories is that of a woman who is seen standing at one of the windows inside the asylum. Dragsholm Castle, Denmark. This castle comes complete with not one, not two. The bishop ordered the building of the castle in the 12th century with the purpose of serving as a home to nobles and kings. It was used for that purpose through the Reformation of Denmark from 1530 to 1536. Before, it was used as a prison until 1664. Today, many visitors to the castle see a male figure riding a horse in the courtyard. It's believed that this is the ghost of one of the prisoners, James Hepburn, the third husband of Mary, Queen of Scots. The two female ghosts are also said to reside at the castle. One is the happy spirit, called the Great, who worked at the castle and died after receiving a cure for her toothache. She now roams the halls as a grateful ghost, performing good deeds from beyond. The second female is the White Lady, and she isn't so happy. Her name is believed to be Selina, a daughter of nobles who fell in love with a commoner and became pregnant. Her father imprisoned her in the castle. Workers in the castle discovered a skeleton wearing a white dress on the walls. Rumor is you can hear her moaning and see her wandering for her lover. Edinburgh Castle. If you ever look at the Edinburgh, you probably have noticed the castle on the hill behind Old Town. The castle is one of Edinburgh's most iconic features. It's been there since the construction continued well into the 21st century. Edinburgh Castle is home to the Scottish Crown jewels, but also to hidden tunnels and ghosts. Talk of restless spirits surround the castle, much of them speculated to be the prisoners that once lived in the dungeons. One story involves the soul of a piper who explored the hundreds of years ago and vanished without a trace. Another tells who has frequented the halls since the attack on the castle by Oliver Cromwell is supposed to deter tourists, though, since 2 million people visit the castle every year. Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel. The Canadian Pacific Railway opened the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel, the majestic structure looking over a valley in the Rocky Mountain mountain range. The hotel opened in 1888, making it over 130 years old. It features 764 guest rooms, highly rated restaurants, and hosts lots of weddings. One of the most famous scary stories associated with the hotel is the bride. It was the late 1920s and a young couple were about to be married. On the wedding day, the bride accidentally tripped down the hotel's marble stairs. Since then, various guests and employees alike alleged seeing a veiled body walk down the steps or seeing the wedding dress dancing on its own in the ballroom. The Bengal Fort, India. Due to the terrifying legend of this fort, visitors are forbidden from staying on the premises overnight. How's that for creepy? Locals are so afraid of the fort that the city nearby developed outside the fort's limits so as not to disturb the ghosts. Many believe a scorned wizard placed a curse on Bengar after a girl he fell in love with didn't return his affection. Now, both the wizard and the girl's souls haunt the place. Several fatalities that happened here were attributed to the paranormal activity. The most well-known incident was a group of visitors who, against everybody's warnings, entered the fort at night and came across a boy sitting in one of the rooms. Little detail was revealed as to what happened to them, but the level of secrecy leaves you to draw your own conclusions. The Tower of London. The Tower of London sits along the River Thames in central London. It has existed since 1078 and was then rebuilt in 1285. It just makes sense that the older something is, the more ghosts probably live there. We can make an individual list of the haunting stories tied to the Tower of London because it has so many. From Henry VI to Lady Jane Grey to nameless ghosts seen by many visitors, it's easy to count this landmark among one of the most haunted places in the world. Eastern State Penitentiary, Pennsylvania. Rated one of the most haunted places in the United States, Eastern State Penitentiary has been the focus of documentaries, ghost hunting expeditions, and private ghost investigations for years. Located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the prison was used between 1829 and 1971. One of its most famous inmates was Al Capone, who served time in 1929. After it was no longer used as a prison, it was named a U.S. National Historic Landmark and converted into a museum. The prison has a long 142-year history of murder, suicide, disease, which is
Cool.
a great ghost story. Visitors of the prison
Very cool.
Especially murder.
Hold on. Before we reveal number one, we have a little question for you. If you were a ghost haunting an old mansion, what would your legendary ghost be? Let us know your creative answers in the comments below. Chateau de Chateaubriand, France. This castle dates all the way back to the beginning of the 11th century. At the beginning of the 16th century, Jean de Laval and his wife Françoise owned the castle. At that time, the king called upon de Laval to come to court and advise him. Françoise became a lady-in-waiting to the queen and secretly...
Ah, that's so good.
When de Laval found out about the affair, he allegedly poisoned Françoise on October 16, 1537. Legend has it that every October 16th, at the stroke of midnight, you might catch sight of the ghosts of knights and monks following Françoise, Jean de Laval, and the king up the main stairway in an eerie procession, disappearing as the last stroke rings out. Fresh facts about Coca-Cola. Hey everyone, it's Lexa and welcome back to another video. You can't escape Coca-Cola, no matter how much you try. Most of you probably sip on that carbonated goodness on a regular basis, but what do you know about this worldwide company and their famous beverage? Keep watching for some fresh facts. Coca-Cola invented Santa Claus. One of the keys to Coca-Cola's sales strategies was to make use of publicity campaigns, such as using iconic images or attractive female sex models. These campaigns were highly effective. The first ads designed by none other than Norman Rockwell himself. In the 1930s, Coca-Cola introduced a new ad depicting Santa Claus in a bright red suit, and it just happened match the company colors. It was actually these ads that helped shape the image of Santa Claus in the United States. Trying to get rid of coffee. Can you imagine Starbucks selling soft drinks instead of coffee? Yeah, most of us can't imagine that either, but Coke certainly tried. In an attempt to rival coffee, Coca-Cola attempted to advertise their product as a morning drink with a little campaign called Coke in the Morning. In 1988, Coca-Cola launched this campaign in a few cities, suggesting it's easier and faster to chug a cup full of Coca-Cola in the morning than chug a hot cup of coffee. Fast forward 30 years later,
Coca-Cola may have caffeine, but coffee has caffeine.
The founder was a colonel. Did you know that Coca-Cola is a Georgia native? Founder John Stiff Pemberton was born in 1831 in Knoxville, Georgia. After graduating the Reformed Medical College of Georgia, he became a licensed pharmacist. When the Civil War broke out, Pemberton enlisted with the Confederate Army and rose his way.
What are you watching?
He was critically wounded
Something
during the
about
war, and while
Coca-Cola.
Ew.
addicted to morphine.
What?
Chemist by trade, he decided to try
This was the
and find a way
inventor
to
of
break his
Coca-Cola.
dependence on the highly addictive drug by creating an adequate substitute. Thus, the seeds for what would become Coca-Cola were planted. Booze and cocaine. In 1885, Pemberton created his first formulation called Dr. Tuggle's Compound Syrup of Globe Flour, which was met with limited success. He then experimented with coca, ending up with a combination of cola nut, coca, and damiana, a type of shrub that was known for its aphrodisiac qualities and anti-anxiety qualities. He called it Pemberton's French wine coca. Pemberton advertised the product as specifically beneficial for ladies and all those whose sedentary employment causes nervous prostration. When Georgia enacted temperance legislation, Pemberton went back to the drawing board to figure out how to remove the alcohol, the legacy of New Coke. Eventually, Pemberton removed the alcohol, making it closer to the soft drink we all know and love today. If you weren't around during the 1980s, then you probably have only heard of New Coke. New Coke became this elusive thing of legend, the Coca-Cola Company's venture into changing their recipe. A wave of criticism hit the company after consumers got mad that they would even do such a thing because the company didn't just introduce the new flavor, they replaced the classic recipe completely. However, did you know that despite this, New Coke stuck around for nearly 2 more decades? Old Classic Coke came back, but they didn't stop manufacturing it until 2002. What they did try to do is rebrand it by calling it Coke 2. Coke, the original Coke bottle. After Pemberton's passing in 1888, a man named Asa Griggs Candler took over the business. Once the 1900s rolled around, Candler decided to distribute the drink into glass bottles instead of the traditional fountain drink found at drugstores. Not long after, all their competitors sold their soft drinks in glass bottles too. Although Coca-Cola contains no cocoa, a bottling plant in Indiana thought that it did and designed a glass container in the shape of a cocoa bean. Over the years, the bottle slimmed down a bit, but glass Coke bottles still hold that curvy bean shape. A collection of beverages. Not only does Coca-Cola sell that iconic dark soda that comes in red packaging, but they are also behind the production and sale of other soft drinks. These include Sprite and Fanta. At the same time, they own other non-soda beverage brands such as Minute Maid, Dasani, Vitamin Water, Powerade, Gold Peak, Simply, and many more. Coca-Cola's product portfolio consists of 500 brands and over 3,500 different beverages. Currently, they stand as the top provider of still and
they made
sparkling
Coca-Cola
drinks.
more fun.
Rap is right. The Coca in Coca-Cola
You
once
better mention
stood
the
for
reward.
cocaine, and it was one of the primary ingredients of the drink. Each glass contained roughly 9 milligrams of it, later removed by 1903. Pemberton decided to tweak the formula again.
I need a shower.
He chose to use spent cocaine left over from the cocaine extraction process. These leaves also happen to contain trace cocaine. So while he reduced
Cocaine was in the original Coca-Cola? I'm saying.
with products and brands, and you know they're making bank. If you planted stock in 1919, it would have cost you about $40. By 2012, it would have been worth $9.8 billion. According to a report from the New York Times, the value of the Coca-Cola brand totaled out to $79.2 billion, making it one of the top brands in the world. In addition to presiding over all those drinks, Coca-Cola used to own the film studio company Columbia Pictures. They bought Columbia Pictures in 1982 and sold the studio to Sony after the commercial failure of the film Ishtar in 1987. Invented by trial and error, Pemberton enlisted the aid of his friend and drugstore owner Willis E. Venable to help him test and perfect his new beverage, mostly through trial and error. It was during one of these tests that Pemberton accidentally blended the base syrup with carbonated water. Pleased with the result, he decided to sell the new concoction as a fountain drink, since it no longer resembled wine once he removed the alcohol. It was Frank Mason Robinson who coined the term Coca-Cola based on its two.
So you're saying the actual Coca-Cola soda
everywhere you travel,
accidentally
you can
made?
rest easy knowing you can buy a Coke there, except for a handful of places. For instance, if you ever find yourself touring North Korea, you cannot purchase a Coke because they officially don't sell it. The same goes for Cuba. The Arab League boycotted the company in 1968, though Coca-Cola resumed operations
North Korea
in 2005.
and Cuba
On
don't
Coca-Cola's
sell
website, they
Coca-Cola?
claim they sell their product in over 200 countries, even though only 196 independent nations in the world exist. So really, this probably means other places don't sell Coke as well, but as for knowing where, it's difficult to say. Coke for babies. When Coca-Cola first became a beverage product in the 1800s, parents used to put drops of the drink in their babies' bottles, or even just feed them the drops. Back then, many believed that administering small amounts of Coca-Cola to fussy crying babies would help calm them down. Nowadays, Coca-Cola is not at all recommended to give infants and smaller children. When you're that young, your digestive system is super delicate, and introducing something as acidic and full of sugar like Coca-Cola isn't a good idea. Drinking Coke frequently at that
If you don't want to hear a history lesson, don't listen to this.
I know, I'm not.
Here, we'll take a look at some of the most influential and determined figures in the fight to bring equal rights to all. Here, we'll take a glance through some civil rights leaders that helped change history. 12. Ella Baker. You may not know about this hero of the civil rights movement, but that's okay because not many do. She was a significant player and spent most of her 5-decade-long career working behind the scenes to assure equality for all. She worked with MLK, Thurgood Marshall, W.E.B. Du Bois, and A. Philip Randolph. She mentored those like Bob Moses, Stokely Carmichael, Diane Nash, and even Rosa Parks before her Montgomery protest. She was also essential in the forming of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, or SNCC, which was a significant organization of the civil rights movement. Not many know her, but she's known as one of the most important and influential African American leaders of her time. She's also sometimes considered one of the most important women in the entire movement, so remember her name. 11. James Meredith. This man is yet another civil rights movement icon, and just like Ella Baker, he's not very well known. Meredith was an important figure, as he was the first ever African American student to be admitted to the University of Mississippi, a segregated school at the time. The admittance and intervention of the federal government to make it happen were major points in the movement and was a spark which would help to bring change in the future. Following his groundbreaking admittance in 1966, he had a 220-mile solo march planned called the March Against Fear, and he was to walk to Jackson, Mississippi from Memphis, Tennessee. Just a day in, on the second day, he was shot by a white man and hospitalized due to numerous wounds. While he was in the hospital, the march grew, and when he was able to rejoin it, he led the way into Jackson with more than 15,000 people behind him. He lives in Jackson to this day. 10. Bayard Rustin. This man sat mostly behind the scenes and helped to organize many social movements for many different causes throughout his lifetime. He led pushes for things like civil rights, gay rights, nonviolence, and socialism. although the name isn't usually one that comes to mind when you think of all these issues. Back in 1941, Rustin worked alongside A. Philip Randolph to organize the March on Washington movement and push for ending discrimination in employment. He also pretty much mentored Martin Luther King Jr. and taught him ways to be a better leader and about nonviolence. The March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom is another march he helped plan and get together, and throughout the 70s and 80s, he went on many a humanitarian mission. He was on one such mission in Haiti when he passed in 1987, and he posthumously received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from Barack Obama in 2013. 9. Senator Everett Dirksen. Everett Dirksen was an American politician that played a significant role in getting some key legislation passed during the Civil Rights Movement. He served as the Senator of Illinois in the Senate and the House of Representatives. From 1959 to 1969, he was the Senate Minority Leader and played a vital role in the politics of the period. And he helped to write and pass both the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Civil Rights Act of 1968. He was said to be an extremely talented orator and was liked by many back in his day. The cool thing about Mr. Dirksen is that he was a white man and supported equal rights.
I'm not listening to any of that because it's talking about history, and history's boring.
What your Chinese zodiac says about you. Hey everyone, it's Alexa, and welcome back to another video.
Alexa!
New Year in
Yeah, that's her name.
February 5th. Let's take a look at all the different zodiac signs and what that might mean for you. Before we get into today's video, Happy New Year, and make sure that you're subscribed. Ring the bell so that you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Year of the Rat. The 12-year cycle of the Chinese zodiac starts with the Year of the Rat. Some of the years included in this category include 1960, 1984, 1996, and 2008. Those born in the Year of the Rat are highly intelligent individuals. On top of that, they're also charming, energetic, and resourceful. It sounds like people born during this zodiac animal's year are the perfect employees. However, rats are said to make terrible leaders as they're prone to selfishness. Even though they have the drive to achieve their goals, they tend to have scatterbrained minds. Should you decide to pay for a lottery ticket, we suggest picking numbers like 2 and 3. Lucky flowers for the rat are lilies. In association with the Western zodiac, the rat is most closely related to Sagittarius. Year of the Ox. Up next in the zodiac calendar is the ox. It doesn't matter what height or weight you are in real life. According to the Chinese zodiac, if you were born in the year of the ox, you have a big presence, like your birth animal. While you can boast a big personality, you are also quite humble. Someone born under this year is likely a person that puts their family first, but also dedicates time to their career. Unlike rats, oxen tend to be great leaders. Because you spend so much of your younger years balancing family and work, your later years will be your happier years. Take caution in your pride, as oxen are also said to feel superior to others. If you were born in the year 1973, 1985, 1987, or 2009, you were born in the year of the ox. Year of the tiger. The tiger may be large and mighty, but they are also the most sensitive of all signs. If your birth was in the year of the tiger, you probably find yourself more attuned to your emotions than your peers. While individuals born in the year of the tiger are very confident, their sensitivity can bring out some negative qualities. Criticism of their work or nature shakes them to their core. Thankfully, tigers are resilient wild cats. They will always bounce back and land on their feet. Like the ox, the tiger makes a great leader. If you work with Year of the Rat. Some of the years included in this category include 1960, 19... 1996, and 2008. Those born in the year of the rat are highly intelligent individuals. On top of that, they're also charming, energetic, and resourceful. It sounds like people born during this zodiac animal's year are the perfect employees. However, rats are said to make terrible leaders as they're prone to selfishness, even though they have the drive to achieve year of the ox. Up next in the zodiac calendar is the ox. It doesn't matter what height or weight you are in real life. According to the Chinese zodiac, if you were born in the year of the ox, you have a big presence, like your birth animal. While you can boast a big personality, you are also quite humble. Someone born under this year is likely a person that puts their family first, but also dedicates time to their career. Unlike rats, oxen tend to be great leaders. Because you spend so much of your younger years balancing family and work, your later years will be your happier years. Take caution in your pride, as oxen are also said to feel superior to others. If you were born in the year 1973, 1985, 1987, or 2009, you were born in the year of the ox. Year of the tiger. The tiger may be large and mighty, but they are also the most sensitive of all signs. If your birth was in the year of the tiger, you probably find yourself more attuned to your emotions than your peers. While individuals born in the year of the tiger are very confident, their sensitivity can bring out some negative qualities. Criticism of their work or nature shakes them to their core. Thankfully, tigers are resilient wild cats. They will always bounce back and land on their feet. Like the ox, the tiger makes a great leader. If you work for someone who is also born in the year of the tiger, you are already aware that their exceptional leadership skills and patience as well. The tiger's best matches include people born in the year of the dog and horse. Year of the rabbit. Sometimes known as the year of the hare, the rabbit is the fourth of the 12-year cycle. Rabbit years include 1987, 1999, in 2011. Humans with these birth years are just as gentle and playful as rabbits in real life. Also, like real rabbits, spring is your happiest season. Rabbits don't make the best leaders as they typically avoid confrontation. Honestly, who likes confrontation? Don't find yourself too comfortable in this mindset though, because your fear of talking about your problems with people can affect your job and personal relationships. Your private nature is a significant weakness of yours. Since you shy away from confrontation, pigs are among your best matches. They are patient.
Pigs are my best match.
You may tend to drift towards other rabbits if you feel you need people that understand you better. Year of the dragon. Dragons are the only mythical creature on this list, unless you believe in dragons or Count Komodo dragons. Perhaps the fairy tale nature of the dragon is why people born in this year are people who are determined to go after their dreams. Dragon years range from 1976, 1988, 2000, and
Uh,
2012. A dragon's charismatic personality sometimes leads to them talking a little too loud. They may even come off as boisterous. Do they care? No. If you're a dragon, we bet your teachers had a tough time with you because you didn't like to follow the rules. You have a free spirit. This quality gives you a lot of breathing room, but it can also negatively affect your relationships thanks to a fear of commitment. Year of the Snake. Up next is this slithery animal. The snake has a prominent role in how the Chinese zodiac formed. In the legend, the animals held a race across a river. The zodiac order is according to the order each animal crossed the finish line. Since the snake knew it wasn't the best swimmer, it wrapped itself around the horse's hoof to cross the water. When the horse was near the finish line, the snake scared the horse. Snakes know their weaknesses, which helps them find their strengths and win out in the end. If you were born in 1977, 1989, 20. '11 or
I kind of get how the years go now. So some snake I got over. What?
It's your video.
What I'm watching?
What?
One I'm watching or one that you're watching?
What I'm watching. hate me. What minutes later? I'm gonna learn about the Cold War. It's gonna be horrible.
2013, that makes you a snake. You are most compatible with someone who is a rooster or an ox. Wear lots of reds, blacks,
I'm a snake!
Deck out your garden with cacti and orchids because those are your lucky plants. Year of the horse. The years of the horse are 1978, 1990, 2002, and 2014. Trust someone born in the
What was that?
11 or 2013, that makes you a snake. You are most compatible with someone who is a rooster or an ox. Wear lots of reds, blacks, and light yellow. Deck out your garden with cacti and orchids because those are your lucky plants. Year of the horse. The years of the horse are 1978, 1990, 2002, and 2014. Trust someone born in the year of the horse to be an honest person. They tell you the truth and they're generous too. However, everyone has their flaws. On the surface, they might look successful because horses like to spend money on nice clothes and fun activities. If you are born in this year, maybe investing in an accountant will benefit you in the long run. On the other hand, horses are also seen as hard workers, even if they're a bit egotistical. Despite not always coming out on top, horses have excellent social skills. If there was a popular kid at school who didn't have the best grades, they might have been a horse. Work on your short temper because that can cause your relationships to go downhill fast. Stay away from wearing lots of pink, white, or brown. Do wear lots of reds, yellows, blues, and gold. Year of the sheep. Whether you refer to this next zodiac animal as the sheep, goat, or ram, it's still the 8th sign in the cycle. In Chinese, the word yang includes both goats and sheep. Sheep babies are born in years of prosperity, meaning this animal is seen as promising. Chinese astrology describes goats as peaceful and well-liked. Change is difficult for them because they like to cling to their ways. People often take advantage of their nurturing and kind dispositions. So if you're a sheep, stay aware of how others are treating you and don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. Sheep excel in the arts, but their lack of confidence hinders them. Sheep seek relationships that make them feel secure. They are most compatible with the pig and the rabbit. Their worst match is
You're compatible with me!
the ox. Sheep birth years are 1979, 1991, 2003, 2015. The next sheep year won't be until 2027. Your best lottery numbers are 3, 4, and 9. Year of the monkey. Monkeys are some of the liveliest signs of the Chinese zodiac. Others are drawn in by their energy. If you're a monkey baby, you know how charming you are. Monkey babies were born in 1980, 1992, 2004, and 2016. Monkeys are great friends to have. They will have the quickest, wittiest jokes and will always find a silver lining in the darkest situations. They need constant work. A bored monkey is a restless monkey. They like a challenge, and you'll find that someone born in a monkey year loves change and can adapt easily. Be careful of overconfidence because that can affect your grasp on reality. You have great charm because you have the smarts to work people, but keep yourself grounded so you don't turn manipulative. Your best matches are people born in the year of the rat, dragon, or snake. Year of the rooster. Roosters love to show off their red combs. In turn, humans born in the year of the rooster are quite vain. Your lucky colors include gold, yellow, and brown. For an interview, wear these colors for some extra luck on your side. It doesn't take long for a rooster baby to make a decision. Once they do, they stick to it. Roosters help protect against evil spirits, bringing us to our next point. We mentioned how one legend says the zodiac was determined by the order the animals came in a race. In another myth, it states that the Jade Emperor decided the order according to when each animal showed up to his party. The rooster, dog, and monkey were in a different country fighting evil spirits, which is why they showed up later than everyone else. Rooster years include 1981, 1993, 2005, and 2017. Year of the dog. Like their pet counterparts, people born in the year of the dog are fiercely loyal. They will never abandon their work, a friend, or a family member. Dogs are lovable and are popular in social settings. Also, like their pet counterparts, people born in these years tend to hide their anxiety, but it comes out now and then. Recent dog years are 1982, 1984, 2006, and 2018. Men born in these years are described as genuine people who will have a harmonious family life. However, they are very opinionated and stubborn. Women born in these years don't spend energy on those they don't like. To the ones they trust and love, that loyalty is permanent. Before we get to the last sign of the Chinese zodiac, we have a question for you. What is your Western zodiac sign? Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius? Does it align with your Chinese zodiac sign? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. 1. Year of the Pig. The pig was the last to cross the finish line and the last to join the party. In the myth that says the Jade Emperor called a meeting or a party, he was about to bring the event to a close when he heard a little oink from the crowd. In the myth that says the animals participated in a race, the pig came in last because he took a break to eat. Pigs lack in the communication department. Perhaps that has to do with their ability to tolerate anyone and everyone. People born in this zodiac sign are flexible in situations.
Whatever baby is born this year
All
is
the
a
other
pig.
signs make great matches for you.
That's what it says.
Along with the snake, the best. Years of the pig are 1982, 1995, 2006, and yeah, 2019. This year is the year of the pig. Let's celebrate the sign that promotes patience, endurance, and honesty.
No, go back.
Awesome. What your Chinese zodiac says about you. Hey everyone, it's Alexa and welcome back to another video. Chinese New Year in 2019 was February 5th. Let's take a look at all the different zodiac signs and what that might mean for you. Before we get into today's video, Happy New Year and make sure that you're subscribed. Ring the bell so that you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Year of the Rat. The 12-year cycle of the Chinese zodiac starts with the Year of the Rat. Some of the years included in this category include 1960, 1984, 1996, and 2008. Those born in the Year of the Rat are highly intelligent individuals. On top of that, they're also charming, energetic, and resourceful. It sounds like
Resourceful.
people born during this zodiac animal's year are the perfect employees. However, rats are said to make terrible leaders as their prone to selfishness, even though they have the drive to achieve their goals, they tend to have scatterbrained minds. Should you decide to pay for a lottery ticket, we suggest picking numbers like 2 and 3. Lucky flowers. The rat are lilies. In association with the Western zodiac, the rat is most closely related to Sagittarius. Year of the ox. Up next in the zodiac calendar is the ox. It doesn't matter what height or weight you are in real life. According to the Chinese zodiac, if you are born in the year of the ox, you have a big presence, like your birth animal. While you can boast a big personality, you are also quite humble. Someone born under this year is likely a person that puts their family first, but also dedicates time to their career. Unlike rats, oxen